ko Mirehini ma te kino Dews taku ingoa. Ko Henare John Dews taku papa. He grew up in Waipiro, then went to Waipiro school and then went on to Wairengahika. Then he went up to Puketiti with the Williams. It was there when he met his first wife. When his brother George went to war, he was promoted, he says, to a position of head stockman. He was encouraged by Apirana Ngata to go up to the upper reaches of Krakatūwhero and dairy farm on Te Whetu, they call it, at Te Araroa. Dad and Mahora lived up at Krakatūwhero, and Mother Mahora got sick and went back to Waipiro, and in time she passed away. And he found it very difficult to manage the children. And Dad saw these pretty girls next door to him, and one of them happened to be my mother, and was riding back to Waipiro. Ngata had a message for him. Apirana Ngata had asked him to go back to Horoera ki te ngaki ngā wera wera wana tīpuna.
So he was in his prime. He broke in the country here for sheep and beef farming. Not only cleared the land, he fenced it, he grassed it, he stocked it, he built the wool shed and built his family a home. His wife was helping him do all that, based in the Pananaki Nikau hut, and bring up their young children at the same time. So 6 years when he won the Bledisloe Cup. He called it the Bledisloe Cup. Such was his reputation for farming that Apirana Ngata sent him agricultural cadets. At that time, Toitoi was some 4,000 acres. He had 700 head of cattle, breeding stock as well as replacements. Sheep, some 4,000 to 5,000. We weren't allowed idle time. It was ringa raupā. Papa and Nanny, they didn't waste time. They weren't idle. My grandfather had a saying that time and tide waits for no man, and his other saying was, by the sweat of thy brow you'll earn thy bread. So he was ringa raupā, he was pukumai, and it was dark to dark. He would lead the charge for improved utilities. Through his efforts and the community backing, they managed to get roads put in. They managed to get bridges built. Awatere Bridge was the last bridge that he had a large hand in getting built. So he was involved not only in the farming economics of Ngāti Porou, but also community affairs, the schools and the marae. Papa retired from farming Toitoi Station in the early 70s. The difficulty that he had in latter years after Apirana Ngata had gone was finding finance and finding a financier who was prepared to back multiple owned Māori land. And despite his track record, he found it difficult to find a financier. He found it hard to continue as a 75-year-old, and so he sold up all the stock. Now the majority of the block, a good 80% of what was originally Toitoi Station sheep and beef, is now a forestry, almost at the end of its first rotation. Te Bledisloe Cup, ngā rori, ngā priti, ko tokorarangi paina, ko te whare no whanga okena. Nā tā Apirana Ngata, 1929, haere henare ki Horoera, ki te ngaki i ngā wera wera a o mātua.